Commission meeting of Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. And I hope that you're having a wonderful day. The weather has been fantastic here in Pembroke Pines. People in San Diego, California have been calling me up, very jealous for our weather. And I hope you're really, really enjoying it and that you're getting ready for a fantastic Thanksgiving. Who's getting ready for a great Thanksgiving? And let me tell you, even during times when stuff doesn't make any sense, we always have great things to be thankful for, especially here in the city of Pembroke Pines. This is the city that cares, that can, and that does. And I want to open up the meeting with a little personal note. I want to give my daughter, Alexandra, my firstborn, Lisa and I's firstborn, and her husband, Anthony, warm congratulations. We are expecting a grandson in May. Yeah. And, well, we're very, very pleased and very, very thankful. And it's going to be a special holiday season at my home, and I hope that that will be the case for all of you. So, let us begin with the roll. Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Commissioner Good.
I am here.
Vice Mayor Hernandez. Present. Commissioner Rodriguez.
Here.
Commissioner Schwartz.
Continue.
Mayor Castillo.
Yes.
Assistant City Manager Bonilla.
Here.
City Attorney Gorin.
I'm here.
City Manager Dodge.
I'm here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very, very much. City Manager Dodge, I hope you're coming along. He's a little under the weather today, but we're very, very happy to have him by phone, and he's just terrific. I know that Assistant City Manager Bonilla will do a wonderful job. So, to lead us in the pledge and also in the national anthem, we have with us Malia McLean, who is a 10th grader from Pembroke Pines Charter High School. Malia, will you please come forward and lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Whenever you're ready.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Thank you so much, Malia McLean. You're doing, America is in good hands. Mr. Clerk, please note that Commissioner Schwartz has joined us. Are there any items to be pulled from the agenda?
Presentation number 2 has been pulled from the agenda.
Okay, presentation number 2. The PLO Bulldogs, that's been pulled?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we're going to do presentations now. I hope everyone is doing well. We only had one meeting in November this year, and that's because something very, very special took place in November, and that is the wedding of Commissioner Maria Rodriguez. Congratulations, Commissioner. And many, many years of happiness to you. And wonderful, wonderful. Now, we do not do this very often, however. Today, I will be awarding the highest honor a citizen can receive from the city of Pembroke Pines, a key to the city. And this will be honoring Maria Teresa San Juan. Tonight is my great honor and privilege to recognize a truly remarkable individual. Maria Teresa San Juan. Maria's life is a testament to the power of vision, resilience, and unwavering commitment to service. A national award-winning certified financial planner and vice president at AXA Advisors for more than 40 years, Maria has broken barriers and built bridges, not only in the financial world, but also across our civic and cultural landscape. When Maria and her family arrived in Broward County in the 1960s, they were among the first 15 Hispanic families in the area. At a time when opportunities were scarce and voices like hers were rarely heard, Maria became a trailblazer, a woman and a Latina who refused to accept limitations. And in 1982, she founded an organization called Hispanic Unity of Florida. Out of a simple but powerful belief that immigrants and refugees just need a tool, an opportunity to succeed. That tool became an organization that for more than 4 decades has served as a beacon of hope and empowerment for thousands of families across South Florida, and I dare say many here in Pembroke Pines. Under her leadership and vision, Hispanic Unity of Florida began by offering English classes, employment assistance, and health services, the building blocks for a new life. Those programs have since grown into a network of more than 30 initiatives serving people from 25 countries in 4 languages. Because of Maria's foresight and tenacity, Hispanic Unity of Florida also secured its first government grant and private matching gift, relationships that continue to sustain the organization 40 years later. And this year, Maria received Hispanic Unity of Florida's Hispanic Heritage Leadership Award, presented to those whose values, mentorship, and lifelong service reflect the very mission of Hispanic Unity of Florida itself. Beginning next year, this distinguished honor will proudly bear her name as the Maria San Juan Hispanic Heritage Leadership Award. Did you know that? An enduring tribute to her legacy. Maria, your life's work has opened doors, hearts, and possibilities for so many. You have shown us what leadership with integrity looks like, what it means to build community, to mentor others, and to serve with humility and grace. So tonight, on behalf of the city of Pembroke Pines, it is my great privilege to present you with the key to our city, a symbol of our deepest gratitude and respect for all you have given and all that you continue to inspire. Congratulations, my friend, and thank you for everything you have done to strengthen our community and uplift generations to come. Te quiero. You're going to say a few words, I believe.
My husband says I never stop. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, commissioners. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and a privilege, and I'm very, very humbled by everything that has been said. Sometime back, I guess many moons back, I wonder why we were here. We were here to live and exist, or we were here to help others live a better life. And I think that became my motivating factor, to help others, to give a hand where a hand is needed, whatever it is, whatever it takes, and sometimes even a shoulder to cry on, because we need to cry from time to time. For those of us that have been here for a long time, we need to show others the way. It's an obligation. It's a privilege to really help others. I don't believe that things happen. I am trembling. I'm so emotional. I don't believe that things happen. I believe that people make things happen. And what does it take? It takes determination. It takes hard work and the ability to never, ever, ever give up, because there is always a way. And let those that have done it show us the way, and let us show the way to others that are behind. Having said that, I thank you again. I pray to God that you all have a blessed Thanksgiving, that this beautiful city continues to be what it is. It's our pride and joy here in South Florida. You have done a magnificent job, and you know that the biggest privilege in this world is to be a public servant and to serve others. God bless you. Happy Thanksgiving, and thank you so very much.
Next, we have the Broward Green Schools campaign, and receiving this for Broward Sierra Group junior team is Scott Lewis, Anaga Iyer, Sonia Narang, and Audrey Duenas. You have a presentation? Okay. Is it less than an hour and a half? Yeah, it'll be shorter. Okay. Okay, very good. Go right ahead.
We'll do a quick introductions, and then they'll do the presentation. My name is Scott Lewis, as the mayor said. I'm with not exactly the junior team, maybe the senior team for the Broward Sierra Group, but I'm so proud of the junior team here who will give this presentation, and we're so excited. I'm particularly excited to see so many students here, and we hope some of you may actually get inspired by this presentation and join us, so see us afterwards, too.
My name is Anaga. I'm the chair of the Broward Sierra Group Junior Team and the Green Schools campaign. And just to echo what Scott said, it's very nice to see other kids here, and we hope that you'll get involved as well.
My name is Sienna Nuring, and I'm the vice chair of the Broward Sierra Group Junior Team.
My name is Andy. I'm the membership chair of the Broward Sierra Group Junior Team. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Audrey Duenas, and I'm the communications chair of the Broward Sierra team, and I just want to thank you so much for having us as well. And I'm actually a Pembroke Pines resident, so I'm really excited to present this.
Very cool.
Yes. Yes. So for you guys that don't know what the Broward Green Schools campaign is, so many of us started this work actually because we've seen the real impacts of climate change around us. Hotter school days, for example, unpredictable storms, and neighborhoods that are vulnerable to flooding. But moments like this remind us that when young people and local leaders stand up together, meaningful change is possible. So the Broward Green Schools campaign is part of the Climate Realities Project's national network of student-led initiatives working to make school districts across the country more sustainable. Here in Broward, the campaign is led by us, the Broward Sierra Group Junior Team, made up of motivated students ages 12 to 18 from all across the county. We come from different cities, different schools, and different backgrounds, but we all share the same commitment to improving the places where we learn. Our work includes researching policies, meeting with decision makers, organizing student outreach, and making sure that youth voices are represented in conversations about climate and education.
We are very grateful, and it's vital for us, all of us, to contribute because schools across the United States spend about 8 billion a year in energy and emit roughly 72 million metric tons of carbon dioxide. That's the same as 18 coal plants. This pollution contributes to climate change, worsens heat waves, and directly affects students' health and learning conditions. And so the Broward Green School campaign is calling for Broward County Public Schools to transition to 100% clean energy to power school buildings sustainably, to electrify the school bus fleet as diesel buses age out, and incorporate vehicle-to-grid technology when available. And we're calling to implement sustainable composting programs at schools to reduce waste and teach students about circular systems and expand environmental education to every student as the knowledge and tools to contribute to a greener future.
So here are some of the benefits of green schools. We believe that transitioning to clean energy can directly improve the health of our students and teachers and staff. It can create safer air, cooler classrooms, and more reliable learning environments. It also provides a very hands-on and direct way for students to learn about sustainability and their future, and these lessons will hopefully stay with students long after the school day ends. More importantly, we all know money talks, and clean energy can help save money. Lower utility costs allow schools to reinvest funds into teachers, programs, and resources. And we believe that all in all, this is a win for Broward's future. So far, we've had a lot of different supporters for our campaign, and it's backed by a lot of leaders and change makers who share our same vision. Here are some of their names listed, and of course, we're adding Pembroke Pines to the list after this proclamation. And your leadership really gives us, as students, a lot of hope and encouragement to continue our work. So thank you for that.
We're proud to share that the Broward School unanimously passed a resolution in support of transitioning clean energy. This is an important step forward, and it shows that student advocacy really works. We've also received proclamations of support from the cities of Plantation, Coconut Creek, Davie, and now Pembroke Pines. Thank you again for joining that list and standing with us. Here's a flyer with the student benefits of joining, especially to the students that are here in attendance. Please take a photo and share it with your school community and help us spread the word. Every student who joins helps us move one step closer to a cleaner Broward. Thank you so much for the proclamation. We are so, so, so honored.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Wow. So, this is a proclamation of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida. Broward Green Schools campaign, whereas the Broward Green Schools campaign is a student-led initiative supported by parents, teachers, community members, working under the Climate Reality Project's National Green Schools program to transition Broward County Public Schools to 100% clean and renewable energy. And whereas Broward Sierra Group's junior team, in collaboration with the Broward Green Schools campaign, is leading efforts to implement renewable energy solutions in schools throughout Broward County. And whereas a bunch of other really, really good stuff. Now, therefore, I, Angelo Castillo, Mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, along with the City Commission, do hereby recognize and commend the Broward Green Schools campaign in support of the Broward Sierra Group's junior team and student environmental advocates for their commitment to advancing clean energy and environmental awareness in our schools. Congratulations, well done.
I just want to say congratulations to this team. I've been following you all, and Annika specifically. She actually helped on my campaign, and been following the wonderful work that you all do. I see everything that you do connecting with other leaders at League of Cities. Denise Horland talks so highly of you, so just really congratulations. Keep up the good work, and make sure that as rising seniors, you're bringing up other generations of students, including some here in Pembroke Pines, to follow in your footsteps, because this is something critical and it can't be done without a lot more people behind you. And while you are focused on Broward County Public Schools, I think we can speak on all of us, and we'll work on in the future for our charter schools as well to be a part of this conversation.
Please join us for a photo.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you so very much. Okay. Thank you. Private First Class Bruce W. Carter, MOH Young Marines, in honor of Red Ribbon Week. Please come forward. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Please stand by me. I'm feeling very safe. This is a proclamation of the city of Pembroke Pines, Florida, whereas Red Ribbon Week is the nation's oldest and largest drug prevention campaign observed annually in memory of DEA agent Enrique Quique Camarena, and encourages communities to take a visible stand against substance abuse. And whereas the Private First Class Bruce W. Carter, MOH Young Marines, have demonstrated exemplary leadership, discipline, and civic responsibility through their active participation in Red Ribbon Week activities by promoting drug-free lifestyles among youth in our community. Now, therefore, I, Angelo Castillo, Mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, along with the City Commission, do hereby recognize and commend Private First Class Bruce W. Carter, MOH Young Marines, for their outstanding dedication to the ideals of Red Ribbon Week and their unwavering service to our youth and community. Gentlemen, congratulations. And the Marines are 250 years, right? Yes, sir. Happy birthday, Marines. We're up. 250. That's good. I like that. Okay, this is a proclamation of the city of Pembroke Pines declaring Dutch American Heritage Month. Where is she? Ah, come on up. Whereas on November 16, 1776, the American warship Andrew Doria received the first salute ever given by a foreign power, the Dutch island of St. Eustatius, recognizing the United States' fight for independence and symbolizing the long-standing friendship between the United States and the Netherlands. And whereas Dutch Americans have contributed significantly to the history, culture, and prosperity of the United States, including notable leaders such as Presidents Martin Van Buren, Theodore Roosevelt, Franklin D. Roosevelt, as well as local residents like Adriana Kit Jordan. Born in Sneek, Friesland. Sneek, Friesland. Is that right? The Netherlands, whose family immigrated to the United States in 1957 and became citizens in 1962. And whereas during World War II, Dutch citizens, including Miss Jordan's father, member of the Dutch Underground, risked their lives aiding Jewish families and Allied pilots. Acts of courage still honored today in the Netherlands American Cemetery in Margarten, where every American soldier's grave is adopted by a Dutch family in lasting gratitude. And whereas reflecting Dutch spirit and service and community, Ms. Jordan has devoted her life in Pembroke Pines to volunteering and civic engagement, including tutoring, neighborhood watch programs, sheriff's explorers, pet therapy, Pooches and Pines, Citizens on Patrol, the city's art board, embodying the values of kindness, resilience, and the pride that defines Dutch American heritage. And I, therefore, Angelo Castillo, mayor of the greatest city in the world, along with the city commission, do hereby proclaim November 2025 as Dutch American Heritage Month in the city of Pembroke Pines, and I'm honoring Adriana Kit Jordan for her lifelong dedication, volunteerism, and embodiment of the Dutch American spirit of courage, kindness, and service. Congratulations. Yeah. Do you speak any Dutch? I speak a little Dutch. Say something in Dutch to me.
How gaat het met jou?
Absolutely. Okay. Let's take a photo.
Very nice. Yes.
Long live the Dutch. Thank you so very much. Oh, one more.
Way to go, kid.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. In Pembroke Pines, everyone matters. This is a proclamation of the city of Pembroke Pines declaring Lung Cancer Awareness Month, whereas lung cancer is the leading cause of death among men and women in the United States and Pembroke Pines, Florida, accounting for more deaths than colon, breast, or prostate cancers combined. With 5,393 new cases, thank you, from 2018 to 2022, and 3,230 deaths from 2019 to 2023, according to the Centers for Disease Control. And whereas the 5-year survival rate for localized cancer is approximately 60%, yet only about 24% of cases are diagnosed at this early stage. Early detection through low-dose computerized tomography screening can reduce mortality by 20% compared to chest x-rays, and up to 33% in women over 10 years. Whereas lung cancer incidence, mortality, and outcomes reveal serious disparities. African Americans and veterans experience higher incidence and poorer survival rates. Women face lower declines in incidence, with more women dying from lung cancer than breast cancer every year. And lung cancer among never smokers, now the 7th leading cause of cancer death, disproportionately affects women, with random exposure being the leading cause among this group. Now, therefore, I, Angelo Castillo, mayor of the city of Pembroke Pines, Florida, along with the city commission, do hereby proclaim November 2025 as Lung Cancer Awareness Month in the city of Pembroke Pines, Florida, and recognize the urgent need for research addressing lung cancer in women, veterans, and racial minorities, as well as health disparities overall, and encourage all citizens to learn about lung cancer prevention, risk factors, and life-saving benefits of early detection through screening.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Kyle. I'm a medical student at the University of Miami. I'm also our chapter president of the American Lung Cancer Screening Initiative, which is a national nonprofit that's dedicated to promoting awareness and access to lung cancer screening. Lung cancer screening involves a very quick, painless scan, and we can monitor over years. If anything comes up, we can address it early, and it really improves outcomes for patients and saves a lot of lives. So if you know anybody who smokes, ages between 50 and 80, please encourage them to talk with their doctor to see if screening may be right for them. It could save their life.
Thank you so very, very much. Thank you so much. Native American Heritage Month. Who's here to receive this? Come on up. This is a proclamation of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, whereas Native Americans have inhabited the lands that now comprise the United States for thousands of years, contributing richly to the culture, history, and traditions of our nation, and providing enduring contributions to our communities, economy, and society. And whereas the City of Pembroke Pines values diversity, inclusion, and the preservation of cultural heritage, and by recognizing a Native American Heritage Month, we educate our citizens about the legacy, resilience, and achievements of Native peoples, fostering respect, understanding, and unity. And whereas Pembroke Pines residents Amy Osceola Latchford and William Latchford are accepting this recognition on behalf of their daughter, Miss Florida Seminole Princess Bailey Latchford, as Bailey is unable to attend due to prior educational commitments. Amy is a proud member of the Seminole Tribe of Florida and a Native American business owner, and together with William, they exemplify leadership, dedication, and commitment to preserving and promoting Native American culture within our community. And whereas Native American Heritage Month provides an opportunity to celebrate the diverse cultures, traditions, and histories of Native peoples and to honor the meaningful contributions of local families such as the Latchfords. Now, therefore, I, Angelo Castillo, Mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, along with the City Commission, do hereby proclaim November 2025 as Native American Heritage Month in the City of Pembroke Pines and encourage all residents are encouraged to honor the history, culture, and contributions of Native Americans during this month and throughout the year and always. Thank you very much. Congratulations. Please.
Well, thank you. On behalf of Bailey, she's sorry she couldn't be here. She's a third-year student at Florida State. She's a dual degree student studying criminology and social work with a minor in psychology. She's very busy. So, and she is the 2025-2026 Miss Florida Seminole. But on behalf of Bailey, thank you.
On behalf of all of us, thank you. Thank you for being here. And last but not least, this is a proclamation of the City of Pembroke Pines declaring Juvenile Diabetes Awareness Month. Ron Soren, if you would come forward, please. Whereas diabetes is a chronic disease that affects how the body turns food into energy and continues to be one of the most prevalent health challenges in the United States, impacting millions of Americans of all ages and backgrounds, including approximately 244,000 children and adolescents under the age of 20 living with diagnosed diabetes, the majority of which have type 1 diabetes. Whereas type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes, is an autoimmune condition in which the immune system attacks and destroys insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. Take notes, doctor. Requiring lifelong insulin therapy, constant monitoring and blood glucose levels, and careful daily management, placing significant emotional and financial burdens on affected children, teens, and families. And whereas unlike type 2 diabetes, type 1 diabetes is not preventable and often develops suddenly. Most commonly in children and young adults, Juvenile Diabetes Awareness Month provides an opportunity to promote early detection of symptoms while recognizing the strength and resilience of the children, teens, and families managing this condition every day. And whereas research continues to advance treatment, options, and technologies that improve quality of life for those living with type 1 diabetes, while organizations such as the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation work tirelessly toward improving management, prevention, and ultimately a cure, with the City of Pembroke Pines commending the healthcare professionals, educators, and advocates and community organizations dedicated to supporting those affected through awareness, research, and compassionate care. Now, therefore, I, Angelo Castillo, Mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines, along with the City Commission, do hereby proclaim November 2025 as Juvenile Diabetes Awareness Month in Pembroke Pines and encourage all residents to participate in educational supportive activities that raise awareness, promote research, and stand with the children and families who courageously live with this disease each day.
My name is Ronald Surin. My son, Ronald Surin II, was born in Memorial West, raised and lived all his life, all 21 of his 22 years in Pembroke Pines here. He attended the charter school from elementary to graduate, and he graduated during COVID when I couldn't come up close. And during graduation, I get picture from our mayor who share the graduation with us, especially when he was playing football. When the charter school had the perfect season, he was part of the team. So he played with Charter High School. He was 2 months away from his college graduation on his way to law school when he collapsed. He fell into ketoacidosis, and he was with his girlfriend. She was not aware of his condition. He's been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes since he was 12 years old. And she was not aware of what to do. Even when they called ER, they were not aware of his condition. By the time he was transported to the hospital, he never made it back. So that was the last time for him. It is serious issues for families and parents who are living with children with diabetes. It is a condition that can affect children as young as even 2, 4 years old. And it's a daily challenge. It's a constant care, and it's a life-changing situation where you have to monitor your insulin at every moment. The children, they have to test themselves every so often at every meal to count the carbs and to determine what to eat, how to eat it. They cannot just walk out of the street and take ice cream just like everybody else. It's a challenge on the parents. So I'm here with the mayor to bring awareness to the situation for 2 reasons. One, to be aware, to embrace, and to be supportive of families who are going through this process. It is very challenging on them. The second reason is for us to continue to fight to come with a cure for that condition. Autoimmune reset and pancreatic transplant are in the working and to see whether they could work, and we need to come with a cure, because I would not want to hear another family go into this tragedy and live in this kind of nightmare just for losing your only son. And thank you for your support. Thank you for Mayor. Thank you, Commissioner, for your awareness to the issue. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Mayor. We have our, wrong one, our Great Yards Award. Gabe, can you cue up that presentation for me? Oh, no, I got it here. Never mind. Sorry. So, Mayor, this is our District 2 winner for the Great Yards Award. Can the McKinsick family come up?
How are you?
So come right over on this side over here, next to the mayor. So Mayor, I'm really proud to announce, come right over here. I'm really proud to announce our District 2 October winner, Theodore and Judith McKinsick. They live at 11631 Northwest 21st Avenue here in Pembroke Pines in the Pembroke Lakes neighborhood. And they just have a wonderful home, playful and well-landscaped. So I'm really proud to announce them as our October District 2 winner for the Natalie Belmonte Awards.
Wow, how incredibly beautiful. Tell me what's the secret?
My husband. I have to give him all of the credit. We've been married. We've been married 51 years, and he never says no when I want to do something crazy. So this award is for him. Thank you very much.
You better not say no. What's the secret?
Well, first of all, I want to say we've lived here 40 years, and we raised our 2 daughters here, and we've had good neighbors, and we've had a low crime rate, and I think we made a good choice in moving here 40 years ago.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Commissioner?
Theodore and Judith, on behalf of all of us, we want to say congratulations. So listen, this is how we're going to do this. You're going to hold on to that, and you're going to hold on to this. That's a $50 Home Depot gift card. Okay? Congratulations. Picture.
And our good friend from Code Enforcement is here. Come on, come a little closer if you can.
Mayor, as you're taking that picture, this is a partnership with our Code Compliance Department, just recognizing people that just go above and beyond, making our community better.
Talk to us a little bit, Pete, about the program.
The program is a great program, making sure that our homes are being kept nice. I'm glad they're actually doing that and improving our community. And I hope the neighbors follow through and do the same thing.
You know, Mayor, if I can really quick.
Thank you for everything you do.
When we see code compliance, a lot of people, you know, it's code compliance, the Darth Vader theme song plays.
Shh, the cops.
All right, that's exactly it. But this program, we're here recognizing people that do it the right way. So this is a great program, rewarding the people that take care of our community.
Isn't that fantastic? Thank you so very, very much for inspiring all of us. And thank you for doing what you're told. It really, I empathize because I do the same thing. So thank you very much, both. Thank you so much. Is there one more? Okay. Now we got the Student Ambassador Program, and for this one I'm going to have to put my glasses. Come on up, student ambassadors. Ladies and gentlemen, these are future leaders in our community. Give them a round of applause. The City of Pembroke Pines, in conjunction with the Educational Advisory Board, holds a Student Ambassador Program every year. This program is a partnership with the high schools located within Pembroke Pines. The goal of the program is to foster local government awareness in our city teenage community. Each high school selects juniors to serve as student ambassadors. The student ambassadors from the schools participate in a field trip to the City of Pembroke Pines, and throughout the day, the students have opportunities to interact with various departments within the city. The departments include the Buildings Department, Human Services, Human Resources, Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Recreation, Cultural Arts, Fire Prevention, Technology, Community Services, and the Police Department. You have a presentation? Oh, how do you want to do this? Yes. I don't have a list of the names, so I have to do them from the chart, so one of them is Mei Lee. Congratulations. Matafar Duval. Daniel Chang. Mariana Gutierrez. Jackson Prats. Thank you. Edgar Sarkos. All right, Edgar. Sophia Sessions. Congratulations. Gabriel Cadet. Doran Drakeford. Torrin. Okay. Abedelmid Saleh. Is that even close? All right. Leilana White. Gabriel Stennis. Luis Barrotea. Megan Jean-Louis. Natalie Trujillo. Gabriela Salazar. Miriam Ruiz Serrato. Alejandro Escudero. Alexandra Rivera. And yes, I signed every one of them. Congratulations. We've really, really enjoyed having you in the program and continue doing great things. Who wants to speak on your behalf? Is there a head ambassador? You? Okay. You raised your hand. Now you got to come forward. See, let me tell you something. Here's how it works. If you don't want to do something, don't raise your hand. But now that you're Johnny on the spot. So say a couple of things about the program. What do you think?
On behalf of all the student ambassadors, I think we can all agree that this program has made such a wonderful impact today. We've learned so much about how our city works, met some great individuals who have inspired us to impact our community for the better and impact our country as a whole as a better. And I can't wait to see this program grow and foster more individuals who are like-minded like us and believe in the great program and city that we have here in South Florida. And on behalf of all of us, I would like to thank you and thank everyone in the audience for believing in us and making our community great. Thank you.
We do believe in you. And I'd just like you to do one favor, if you can. Line up single file and please shake the hands of my colleagues because they are big supporters of your program. And I'll be on my, do you have to? Okay.
Mayor, just for a quick point of privilege, I want to thank Dr. Maraj for Ms. Catherine from the city clerk's office that helped put this stuff together. Also my colleague Nalini and Angelica to all the departments that participated. Thank you.
Thank you, staff, for having these young leaders with you all day long. They've been here since the crack of dawn, and we even fed them for a little bit.
All right, let's get a photo with the ambassadors.
The short ones get away from you.
Come on, slide. The cameras are live. They got you regardless. So slide and make a nice smile.
All right, kids. Back to school. And as we organize to begin the commission part, allow me to take 5 minutes to talk about something that we've been getting a lot of emails about. Unfortunately, the Broward school system here, and there are other school systems in the state of Florida and elsewhere in the United States that are going through a similar exercise, are considering the closing of several schools. Why? Because at least in Broward County, they're down about 50,000 students, a number that continues to grow. And Pembroke Pines is not exempt from this exercise. I want to make a couple of points crystal clear. City of Pembroke Pines in no way, shape, or form advanced any interest in the closing of any school, nor are we playing any role whatsoever in the closure of any school, nor have we made plans on this city commission for the use of any school that might be closed, nor can we advocate for or against the closure of a school, because if we were to advocate for a school not to be closed and they close another school, how could I possibly, or how could any of us possibly explain that to the parents of that school that ended up being closed? It is a horrible thing, and it is for that reason that to the person, everybody on this city commission hopes none of the schools will get closed. but we're also very much aware of the impacts. And we're also very much aware of new laws that have been passed in Tallahassee that allow charter schools to come into just about any closed school they want, and even schools that are open through the Schools of Hope program. This is a very, very tough time to be in public education. But I want to tell you that what we will do here in the city of Pembroke Pines, we won't advocate for closure. We'll lament the closure of any school. But what we will do is we will work with the school board and support them in whatever it is they feel they have to do. We've got schools that have a capacity of 1,300 kids with 600 kids attending them. This is what happens when you have fewer kids. This is what happens when you're in a situation that, well, that's very difficult. When I moved to Pembroke Pines, Commissioner Good, in 1996, we had overcrowded schools that were underperforming at the district. Overcrowded, underperforming. Today, they perform excellently, and they're under-enrolled. The total flip coin. No one could have possibly predicted that. And so we understand that the school board has a very, very difficult and thorny problem on their hands, but let's be crystal clear. Let's not play politics with this. This is a choice that only your school board members can make. The city of Pembroke Pines is not pressuring them in any way, shape whatsoever to close any particular school. We have no designs on closed school buildings. We lament the loss of all of them. And anyone who tells you otherwise simply doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. So I just want to make that very clear because we've received more than a share of emails from parents writing the school board as well they should, about a matter that has nothing whatsoever to do with the authority that this commission is entrusted with. And so I simply wanted to make that crystal clear, and I want to wish all very, very well, especially the parents and the students that are affected. I know how difficult a situation like that is. But as your mayor, I owe you the truth of what is going on so that some of these myths, however it is that they're evolving, can be put to rest. This city is not advocating for the closure of any school. That list came from the school board themselves, and they are, as far as we're concerned, they're welcome to stay as long as they want at every one of the district schools. Certainly, if they lease one for the remainder of that lease. So, I hope that that's clear. We have today also. Let me just get organized here. Just give me a second. Nice. Okay. Presentations. Okay. Items at the request of the public. Now, I have two speakers signed up, and the first is Vicki Fraser-Williams and Gianna Seaborn from the chapter Delta Sigma Theta Sorority, Inc., Delegates at City Commission. If you would come forward, please. And before you even begin, let me just thank you for everything that you do, not just in junior college days, but most importantly after that. Your sorority is a leader in the city. You do a lot for kids. You do a lot of mentoring, and we just love you all. And we're very, very proud and thankful that you're here. The podium is yours. There's a button there, and it'll turn green when you're ready to go. You're on.
You pretty much said everything that I was going to say. I'm Jayanna Seaborn. I'm the Chair of Social Action for the South Broward Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. Our boundaries are from the ocean to the Everglades, so Pembroke Pines falls within our service area. We are a sorority for historically black women. We were founded in a historically black college and university, Howard University, in 1913. We have over 300,000 women members worldwide, Korea, South Asia, Europe, Africa, and here. And we do strive to make our communities better, and that's why we are here. We want to let the commission and the communities know that we are involved, we are active, and we are present. So thank you for allowing us to be here.
Thank you so very, very much. And in every way that we can partner with you, we'd like to. And Commissioner Good, I know that you helped to put this event tonight together. If you have a couple of words.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, and I do want to thank the South Broward Alumni Chapter for being here tonight. Gianna, you're wonderful in the outreach. Your grace is so welcomed. And I do know that that your sorority is probably the premier service sorority in all the nation. And we are very, very blessed that you've chosen to be here with us, that your sorority ladies,
sisters,
are all here today and representing and supporting, and that just is emblematic of what your organization does with each other, and we know that when you take care of yourself, you are easily taking care of others. So thank you all for being here today.
Thank
you so very much.
Thank you.
And second, I have Michael Kleiter? He's gone? Okay, we'll get back to him. All right. And if you could pass that down, Vice Mayor. Commission Auditor report.
None, Mayor.
Appeals of the Board of Adjustment decisions.
None, Mayor.
Announcement of board and committee appointments. I would like to appoint as an alternate member of the Board of Adjustment Hiram Turner, who is here. Mr. Turner, if you will draw near. Commissioners, Mr. Turner's application is in your backup, and you can see that he is a very talented and capable person. But I want, if I could, for a second, just tell you why I picked him. Separate and apart from his credentials, he wrote an email to the city of Pembroke Pines that somehow, Mr. Manager, it happens, somehow didn't get responded to very quickly. And about a month later, he wrote back and he copied me and he said, I can understand that you might agree or disagree with the email, but please have the courtesy to respond. And I said, I like that guy. And I insisted on meeting him, and we met, and I learned that he's a new citizen to the United States, though he's been in the country for quite some time. And we had a wonderful chat. And I just want to tell you that I have a tremendous amount of respect for you, and I just like you, man. I think you're going to do a great job on the Board of Adjustment. And why don't you say a little bit about yourself and what you hope to accomplish there?
Oh, sure. I just want to tell everyone thank you. The mayor, commissions, City of Pembroke Pines, for this opportunity to serve on the Board of Adjustments. It's truly an honor. Today happens to be my birthday.
Happy birthday.
So, yeah, so.
If I'd have known, I'd have baked a cake.
Yeah, so I just grateful for the opportunity to spend the beginning of this new chapter for service to Pembroke Pines. And I want to thank as well my family for the constant support. My little girl, my family, my wife, everyone's in the corner there. And I just look forward to contributing to our community with professionalism, respect, and integrity. And if everyone know the accent, it's from the Bahamas, so you have a lot of Bahamians in the area. But thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations and do great things.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, we're on to the consent agenda, which consists of items 1 through 18. The consent agenda consists of items 1 through 18. Commissioners, what's your pleasure?
13, Mayor.
13 for Commissioner Schwartz. Hold on. Any others?
17, Mr. Mayor.
17 for Commissioner Good. Any others? Hearing none. Can I have a motion for 1 through 18 minus item 13 and item 17?
I'll move it.
Moved by the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Good. Any discussion? Any from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Like sign. Passes unanimously.
Mr. Mayor, before you proceed, may I have the privilege of introducing somebody?
Sir.
I didn't pull the item because it was pretty well done, but I would like to recognize the chair of the Affordable Housing Advisory Committee, Ms. Natalie Ramirez. Would you please stand and be recognized? Under her guidance, her leadership, you know, we have all kinds of people. We had an elected official, as well as two elected officials, and we have essential services personnel, residents, local planning agency representation, real estate, home building, and the goal was to prepare a recommendation that's made before us, and then it's going to be transferred to the Florida Housing Corporation. All I can say is under Ms. Ramirez's guidance, she did some tremendous work. We have an excellent product that is going to assist us with the affordability here within Pembroke Pines, and I just think that she just needs to be recognized for her leadership, sir. Thank you.
I want to thank you. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Commissioner Good, for everything that you've done on the board, and thank you so very, very much.
Thank you.
If you don't think affordability is an important topic in the American experience today, think again. Pick up a newspaper. Okay, so Commissioner Schwartz, item 13.
Motion to approve the municipal election agreement with the Broward Supervisor of Elections, BSOE, for the March 10, 2026 municipal election in the city of Pembroke Pines.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rodriguez. Commissioner Schwartz, you're recognized.
I want to take a quick deep dive in the agreement itself, section 3.2. I'll give you a moment to pull it up. In your
Was this in the Monday morning memo? Monday afternoon memo?
No, it wasn't.
Why not, sir?
Because I didn't want to, sir.
Oh, so you're not going to participate in this?
No, I participated by not asking the question. Because
Okay.
It's more
So this commission did a Monday night memo. It's by order of the commission. This isn't by me. And we're asking everyone to participate. So maybe what we're going to have to do, Vice Mayor, is if commissioners don't want to participate, then we're going to have to limit debate. And I can do it. If the commission authorizes me, I can do it. But what we're trying to avoid is surprise time when it's decision-making time. We need to come here prepared. So if you're not going to be collegial enough to cooperate, then we're going to have to limit your time. So that's your choice to make.
Okay.
I'll allow you to proceed.
Okay. What I will do is tell the truth.
Okay. Tell the truth.
What I will do is provide the question to the city attorney. I'm not going to provide a legal question to my colleagues. I pulled it for the city attorney. So before we jump to conclusions, there's a reason for my pull. Now, please take a look at polling locations. In the agreement, it says not less than 60 days prior to the date of the applicable municipal election, municipality may provide in writing to the supervisor proposed polling locations for such municipal election, which locations shall be subject in final review and approval by the supervisor. For polling locations proposed by the municipality shall provide to the supervisor copies of the rental agreements and other documentation for the utilization of polling locations consistent with the provisions of the section. For municipal elections conducted during a federal or state election, the polling locations will be determined and the terms for negotiated by the supervisor and the supervisor's sole and absolute discretion. Now, we have some seniors who are being disenfranchised in this city. Colony Point, Park Place, by the supervisor of elections, because every 2 years, those districts get to participate in a presidential preference primary. Therefore, the senior citizens have gotten their polling location ripped out of their community, and we wonder why they're not participating. So I've raised this to the city attorney's attention so that we can have free and fair elections that aren't going to disenfranchise seniors in this community based upon the cycle in which district commissioners get elected. It has to stop.
Mr. City Attorney, did Commissioner Schwartz have a conversation with you about this?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, so I thought we were telling the truth. What would you like to do with your item?
Mayor, you can lambast me all you wish.
No, look.
You can't, because what you're not doing is you're not listening. I had a question for the city attorney.
Ask your question.
We had the supervisor of elections here a few short months ago. We took him to court a few short months ago about our ability to conduct elections as we see fit. Now we have the opportunity of picking locations. Just notify. So what I anticipate doing is the following. In 2028, we need to get Colony Point and Park Place back in rotation for the polling. We have another 2.5 years to do that. And I'm going to ask my colleagues to support that effort to make sure that seniors aren't being disenfranchised, aren't being told, well, it's just a short walk down a sidewalk. Because that's what happened.
Well, I'll tell you what I think would be a great idea. You've brought this up before, and the supervisor is the one that is responsible for setting the polling location. So I'd like to ask you to take this on as a task. Meet with the supervisor of elections and see if you can get those 2 polling locations open. You'll have everyone's support here. Meet with them. Go meet with them, and please bring us back your progress, and we'll go from there. I think it's a great idea. Okay? Anything else on item 13? It's been moved and seconded. There she is. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show passes unanimously. Okay, item 17. Commissioner Good.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. So this is a motion to approve funding in the amount of $4,152,788 for year 1 roadway and infrastructure improvement projects included in the 3-year strategic plan.
Is there a second? Second by Vice Mayor.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you. So this item is a carryover from our last meeting, and again, I want to thank you for assisting in having this item deferred until we were able to have a better look at it. And one of the reasons why it was being deferred is because District 1 did not really get any projects within its district. So staff did do a great job. They did provide some projects. They were focused on the most critical need that the District 1 residents complain about, which is traffic calming. So we know that traffic calming is a very important element within open architecture type of communities. So what I'd like to do, sir, is to ask my colleagues to support an amendment to year 1 for a $250,000 study for District 1 to do traffic calming study.
A wonderful suggestion, and I think it's a great idea. And I want to thank you and all of the commissioners for the additional information that was provided. At the workshop, Commissioner Rodriguez talked about signage, making sure that the residents understand that all of these projects are being advanced without any increase in taxes. and you spoke about the neighborhood roads and how congestion is affecting those, and now you're making this amendment for a traffic calming study, which I think is a wonderful idea. Does anyone wish to second that motion?
I'll second it.
That's seconded. Any discussion among us about the amendment?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, on the amendment.
I'd like to include District 2 in this study.
Commissioner Good, do you have a problem including District 2 in the study?
Then then the ask would be for additional dollars, because I think it's does District 1 the justice that's necessary to commit to $250,000 at District 1. So if Commissioner Schwartz wants to add an additional amount, then we can certainly take that into consideration as well.
Mr. City Manager, do you think that it's possible within the 250 to do the entire eastern part of the city, or would you need an additional amount? And if not, I mean, this can always be amended later on. I'm just looking to get this amendment in the books, and if you need additional money, you can come back. But do you think it's possible to do this study appropriately within 250 for both districts?
Sir, I think the most responsible thing to do is for us to move forward with the $250,000 to include both District 1 and District 2 as a whole.
Right.
And then if there needs an amendment to the budget item, we will bring it back.
Any objection to that, Commissioner Good?
I will go ahead and concede to that, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so that's a friendly amendment, and I'm assuming, Vice Mayor, that you'll second that as well?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any further discussion?
I just have a question.
Yes.
Because in the workshop, my understanding was that it would come from elsewhere as a separate budget item in total rather than within the strategic plan funding. Can I get clarity on if within the strategic plan funding we're okay with funding that, or because I'm not opposed to it, I just want to make sure that we're not messing up the numbers within the strategic plan, or was it a separate budget item?
Mr. Bonilla, we okay with this?
We're okay with that. We actually reduced the total amount by approximately $300,000. So this just brings us back to the same level, approximately the same level that we had original.
Okay, I appreciate the clarity. Thank you.
Any further discussion on the amendment? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show passes unanimously. Did anyone in the public wish to speak on that item? No, right? Okay, good. So the amendment is passed. So now we have a main motion as amended.
Mayor, are you going to allow other amendments as discussed during the workshop?
Yes, go right ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to require all those involved in procurement to file a Form 6.
That has nothing to do with this traffic item.
Actually, we discussed it during the workshop.
Okay, I'm going to make a ruling that that has nothing to do with this traffic item. That has to be some other motion, okay?
Is it?
I'm making a ruling that that is not relevant to the traffic item. Is there any further discussion on the item as amended? Any from the public? All those in favor of the item as amended, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, that will pass 4-1. Thank you very much. And that resolves our consent agenda. Ms. City Manager, if you would, item 19.
I believe that's the city attorney, please.
City Attorney.
Mr. Mayor, I don't yet cede the seat to Mr. Bonilla, so if you'll allow me to proceed. Item number 19 for the record is a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 2025-15 on second and final reading with a public hearing, Mayor and Commission. It is for the record proposed ordinance number 2025-15, which is an ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, amending ordinance number 2028, providing for an amended budget for fiscal year 2024-2025 for the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, providing for conflict, providing for severability, and finally providing for an effective date and a public hearing. Mr. Mayor, number 19 on the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. On second and final reading, do I have a motion?
I will move it.
Moved by the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Good. Any discussion? Any from the public? The clerk will call the roll.
I'm sorry, who? I missed the motion.
The Vice Mayor made the motion, and it was seconded by Commissioner Good.
Vice Mayor Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Good,
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz,
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez, Mayor Castillo.
Yes, and by your vote, this passes unanimously. Item 20.
For the record, Mr. Mayor, that's permit numbers number 2053 for those keeping track, 2053 for number 19. Next up, Mr. Mayor, is number 20. And for the record, this is a special item this evening because there's both a first and second reading. The item is number 20 and number 23. I will read the titles into the record, and each must be adopted separately by the Commission. The Charter and the Code require that in the context of adopting an emergency ordinance, the reason of which is basically one of timing.
Please do.
Thank you, Mayor, if I may proceed. Number 20 for the record is a motion to adopt proposed ordinance number 2025-18 on second and final reading, as well as first reading. It's a proposed ordinance number 2025-18, which is an emergency ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, pursuant to Section 3.13 of the city's charter and Section 166.041 of the Florida statutes, approving and authorizing the proper city officials to execute the Sixth Amendment to the agreement to enter into a sublease with H.G. Pines, LLC, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, providing for an effective date. Item number 20 on the floor for consideration.
Commissioners, we are really, really close on this item. So hopefully we can get this thing done. We've worked so very, very hard to get this in shape, and we're really, really very close. And I want to thank Elliot for being here. Flew down from Massachusetts to answer any possible questions that would come up. Mr. City Attorney, what's your assessment of the situation as it stands today?
Mr. Mayor, we are miles away from where we were several months ago. As you know, the legislature took action at the latter part of the session. At the end of the session, the governor eventually signed that bill, which became the annual tax bill for the legislature for the state of Florida, which included a protective language with regard to ad valorem tax exemptions, honoring and respecting this city's interest in affordable housing and in providing for the housing ultimately to be conveyed by appropriate documentation to Hayden Glade in the near future, which provides that protection. That was quite a Herculean effort, which took it upon both the mayor, members of the commission, our delegation, as well as those folks in Tallahassee who assisted us to get there. This ordinance reflects a minimal extension of time. As you know, there are several parties to the transaction. City of Pembroke Pines is a long-term sub-lessee of the property, better known as the Howard C. Foreman Center, basically almost all of it, which is subleased by the Department of Children and Families, which is a document that was approved by the Governor Cabinet almost 20-plus years ago. It's been extended to the year 2090, the end result of which is that there are many subleases out there. This particular property relates to the Pines Place property, which, as you know, is currently affordable workforce housing. It has conditions. It has restrictions and requirements, not that have been imposed only by the mayor and commission and by code, but also because of the declarations that were approved by the Governor Cabinet and were approved by the Department of Children and Families and by the Department of all other appropriate state departments. So by having said that, Mayor and Commission, there's another party that's not in the room at the moment, but it is the state of Florida. The state owns the land. The city is the subtenant for a goodly number of years and is the steward of what is known as the Howard C. Foreman Center. Tonight's action will allow the parties to finalize its discussion with the state of Florida professionals at DEP, which is the state agency that has control over state lands and manages this particular property. That's the Department of Environmental Protection. We are, in the context of time, have been working diligently with Elliott White's company as well as his professionals, both here and elsewhere, to negotiate and finalize a document that the state will not just approve, but will endorse and support. Because when it's approved, it's not a short-term document. It's a long-term document because the sublease, if approved by the state, essentially will be coterminous, which is a legal word for the same extended time that the city's goes to, which is the year 2090. We support that from a legal perspective. We also believe that the state agency that we're working with, the bureau chief as well as the general counsel, are supportive of the direction the city is taking with this particular potential owner of the building, and we would, as a matter of public record, support the commission's both positive consideration and support for the Sixth Amendment and proceeding towards a closing sometime between now and April the 1st.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion for first and second emergency reading?
I will move it.
I have a
The motion's made by the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Good. Anyone wish to speak?
Mayor, I'd like to speak to Mr. White, please.
Yes. Mr. White, will you come forward, please? State your name and association on the record.
Elliot White, excuse my voice, I was at a affordable housing conference talking for 3 days straight. So, I'm from Boston, Massachusetts, and it's good to see all of you.
Mr. White, it's good to see you in person. We talk often. Back in July, the city held an emergency meeting to extend the agreement. You and your team, did you work throughout the entire month of July to make that happen?
To get the extension?
Yes, sir.
We worked with city officials. It seemed necessary to give us time to work with the DEP.
Okay. When were you assured that we were going to be able to meet that deadline? Was that the middle of July, third week of July?
I don't recall the exact date.
Okay, but you were working throughout the month of July on this potential landing spot. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah, I'd have to know the exact dates.
Yeah,
I don't want to
no, I'm not asking for exact. It's generally. I apologize for not being here in July. I was given very short notice about the meeting. I've expressed my to the city administration. It would have been nice to have had a heads up, because something this big doesn't happen in a 24-hour period. I'm happy to support this going forward. I'm looking forward to the state of Florida finishing up their part, and I want to welcome you to the community, because I think this is going to be the last extension we're going to have, because I think we're going to have a closing in a very short period of time.
Agreed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't recall meeting in July. What meeting is he referring to, Mr. White?
It was the one that you called, sir, on the 30th at 4 p.m.
On the 30th?
On the 30th.
The emergency meeting?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I
just
thought you were referring to a city commission regular meeting.
No, it was the emergency meeting that you called, sir.
I got it. Okay. Thank you very much. Does anyone else have any questions for Mr. White? Okay, all those in favor, we're going to have to call the roll on this.
Yes, Mayor, and also the public has a right to still be heard.
Does anyone wish to speak on this item? Seeing none. Mr. Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Vice Mayor Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Good,
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez,
Yes.
Commissioner Schwartz,
Yes.
Mayor Castillo.
Yes, and by your vote, this extension is provided.
Not exactly. I need to read it a second time, Mayor, with your permission.
Okay, go right ahead.
Thank you, Mayor and Commission. It's going to sound very much like the first reading, but I'm going to do it on the second time around as the law requires.
Okay.
This is also item number 23 for the record, which states the following. It's proposed ordinance number 2025-18, which is for the record an emergency ordinance of the City Commission of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, pursuant to Section 3.13 of the city's charter and Section 166.041 Florida statute, which governs, by the way, municipalities in the state of Florida, approving and authorizing the proper city officials to execute the Sixth Amendment to the agreement to enter into a sub-sublease with H.G. Pines, LLC, providing for conflicts, providing for severability, and a public hearing with an effective date. Thanks, Mayor and Commission. This
Motion,
item, again,
please.
is 20 and 23 on the floor for consideration. Thank you.
Moved by the Vice Mayor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Good. Any further discussion? Any from the public? Seeing none. Clerk will call the roll.
Vice Mayor Hernandez,
Yes.
Commissioner Good,
Yes.
Commissioner Rodriguez, Commissioner Schwartz,
Yes.
Mayor Castillo.
Yes, and by your vote, hopefully this is it, right?
And for the record,
We're done?
yes, I'll give you a permanent number 2054 for the record, for those who need to know that on the record, and it's 2054 for both number 20 and also number 23. Thank you, Mayor.
Keep working hard. We'll see you at closing.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right. Next item.
21, for the record, if you will, Mr. Mayor, these are first readings, if you will, actual first readings. It's a motion to pass proposed ordinance number 2025-16 on first reading, which is an ordinance of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, amending Chapter 35 of the city's Code of Ordinances entitled Procurement Procedures, Public Funds, providing for comprehensive revisions to the city's procurement procedures as detailed in Exhibit A, attached here to, incorporated herein by reference. Amending the procurement threshold requiring commissioner approval, providing for exemptions, providing for codification, providing for conflict severability, and providing for an effective date. Item number 21 on the floor regarding the city's procurement code and the changes proposed, which were considered during the workshop. Thank you, Mayor and Commission. 21.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
We
Mayor.
just had a workshop on this, and I think we're ready to go. Is there a motion?
Motion made.
Moved by Commissioner Rodriguez. Is there a second?
I will second it, but I want to hear the discussion.
Okay. Vice Mayor. Who wants to speak on this item?
Mayor, I'd like to offer an amendment to consider first, and that's to require all those involved in procurement to file an annual Form 6.
Okay, I'm gonna rule that out of order with this item. That is a personnel matter, and it has nothing to do with the procurement code. And so, Commissioner, you're free to make that motion under a commission item, or give notice of it under new business, but not in connection with this item.
And Mayor, with all due respect, you didn't make that ruling or any kind of context during the workshop.
Okay.
That I wasn't able to do that.
I appreciate that, sir. That was an interesting conversation at that workshop. However, I am making that ruling now, and that's the way we're going to proceed. Do you have anything else on item 21?
Sure.
Yes.
I'd like to go ahead and move the $25,000 up to a level no more than $50,000.
Okay, is there a second to that item? That dies for lack of a second. Do you have anything else?
Not at the moment.
Thank you. Anyone else wishes to speak on this item? Commissioner Good?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, thank you.
Right ahead.
Yes, so I like to, I'm pretty much okay with everything with the exception of section 35.34. This proposed change is, changing this ordinance allows the city manager to approve arrangements without requiring involvement from the city commission. And it can accelerate, even though it can accelerate the approval process, it also has a risk profile and accountability structure within the city governance, of which I have concerns. And so rather than going through everything that I had expressed in the workshop, I'd like to just make a quick summary of what my concerns are.
Yes, sir.
So essentially, it's the net effect of this change introduces a higher risk of perceived or actual inconsistency in city decision-making. And administrative approval replaces commission oversight. There is a greater likelihood of challenges related to fairness, as standards may be applied unevenly or lack clarity. This shift also results in reduced public oversight, limiting opportunities for community input and transparency in the approval process. So having said that, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make an amendment where we would strike any changes related to section 35.34 of the procurement code.
Mr. Manager, any objection to that?
No objection, sir.
Is there a second to the amendment?
I'll second it, but just to be clear, so you're fine with A, B, C, A, B, D, right? But not C?
Correct.
Okay, so I'm seconding you. Okay.
Is there any further discussion on the amendment?
Mr. Mayor?
If we could, for the public's clarification, if Commissioner Good could just expand on what the purpose of that would be, the rationale behind the strike-through.
Thank you.
Well, the change is basically giving the city manager the authority to enter into a agreement, even though it's at a no cost to the city, without commission involvement.
They would have to
Basically.
continue come here.
And I'm saying that it needs to continue to come to the commission for approval.
So you're striking the section?
I'm striking any changes
To that
to
Mr. Mayor?
35.34. So leaving it as it existed prior to
Right.
the proposed changes.
Oh, so we're striking the new language.
For the record, the new language is not being promoted. It's being deleted so that the
That-
section would remain the same. 35, 34, as it's, in fact, as it is on the screen, would remain the same without the red lines.
Without the red lines. Anything else? Anything from the public? On the amendment, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show passes unanimously, okay? Anyone else wish to be recognized on item 21? Hearing none. Can I have a motion for the item as amended?
Motion made.
Motion made by Commissioner Rodriguez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Good. Any further discussion? Any from the public? On first reading, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Show that it passes 4-1. And we're on item 22.
Mr. Mayor, for the record, that item is scheduled on the record to be conducted for second review on December the 17th, unless the commission for some reason were to change dates for the meetings in December for any reason.
Okay, but it'll be for the December meeting.
Second and final reading. I raise it only because it's posted on the agenda publicly, and to the extent that the commission may not be required to change the date in December. If you did, we have to make sure the clerk has some lead time to notify the
Good enough.
Yes,
Next
thank you.
item.
Thank you. 22 for the record, Mayor and Commission. This is a motion to pass proposed ordinance number 2025-17 on its first reading, which is an ordinance of the City of Pembroke Pines, Florida, pertaining to the subject of zoning and land development, amending Chapter 155 of the City of Pembroke Pines Code of Ordinances to update provisions, delete provisions that have expired, have become obsolete, and have had their effect or have served their purpose or have been impliedly repealed or superseded, replacing incorrect cross-references and citations, correcting grammatical, typographical, and like errors, removing inconsistencies, redundancies, and unnecessary repetition in the chapter, and improving the clarity of the chapter and facilitating their correct interpretation, providing for conflict, providing for severability, providing for codification, providing for an effective date. Item number 22 on the floor regarding the land development regs for the City of Pembroke Pines. 22.
On first reading, can I have a motion, please?
Motion made.
Motion made by Commissioner Rodriguez. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by the Vice Mayor. Any discussion?
Mayor, I want to thank Mr. Stam and Mr. Bonilla for responding on the Monday night memo, because this is really, there's a lot in there, a lot of verbiage, so I appreciate that you all answered my questions. I will be supportive because of what you described in the memo. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion on this item? Any from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show passes unanimously. Item 23.
Just for the record, Mayor, this item has not been set for a final hearing because there are other advertising requirements that may need to be complied with that would not necessarily be in December. Correct, Mr. Stam? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll bypass 23 because you've already adopted it. And Mr. Mayor, that would end your first readings, essentially.
Okay, we're on regular agenda.
Yes, you are. If I may
Can you read the item 24,
Thank you,
please?
Mayor and Commission. No resolutions to record on this evening's agenda. Number 24 is discussion and possible action for the City Commission to designate a voting delegate to the National League of Cities annual business meeting, which is to be conducted in Salt Lake City, Utah, on November 22, 2025.
Commissioners, no one is available to attend this meeting. So my understanding is that motion can be made and by resolution conveyed to the league as if we had been present. Is that correct, Mr. City Attorney?
In short, the answer is yes, Mayor. And to the extent that for any reason there was a need to record a subsequent vote, and if you have to actually record yourself present to vote, you at least give the city the legal opportunity to do so, and the record will reflect your potential opportunity.
No one, we've polled the commission, no one is, we all have business commitments, and we can't be there in Salt Lake City this year, so.
Mayor, I would move to designate the mayor of the City of Pembroke Pines to be the voting delegate.
I cannot be there.
I understand, through resolution. That's what the city attorney said, yeah?
It's just, Mr. Mayor, if I may, it's just to give you the delegated authority should a need arise to vote subsequent to or at a particular point in time, subsequent to the actual conducting of this event in Utah.
Are we not going to pass the league's agenda?
It's the answer is that in the event that there's a need for your vote, without the benefit of a decision deciding to appoint one of you to that particular opportunity, you will not have the opportunity to vote.
Well, we have an appointee.
So I'll be
Commissioner,
the appointee, unfortunately.
Yeah, Commissioner Rodriguez is an appointee. Why do I have to get involved in this?
I'll be
She
the
can't go.
appointee, but I'm not able to attend, and I had let the secretaries know a while ago. But
Right.
I'll be
So
on paper
why don't we
to be
let
the appointee.
let her do it?
Well, then I'll move Commissioner Rodriguez,
Mr.
for
Mayor,
the purposes
We're just getting very confused here.
the easiest way is to ratify and confirm Commissioner Rodriguez's appointment to the National League of Cities event, should there be a need for her to vote.
Correct.
Well, that sounds great. I'll move that one.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any discussion? Any from the public? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Show passes unanimously. Item 25, can you read that into the record?
Yes, I can, Mayor and Commission. Number 25 is number 25-2127 is discussion and possible action to appoint one member to the Police and Fire Pension Board for a 2-year term, which would expire in June of 2027. Item 25
Vice
on the
Mayor,
floor.
I am passing the gavel to you for the purposes of making a motion. Commissioners, at the last City Commission meeting, we had a nominee who we appointed. And unfortunately, the discussion that was held here was so unusual that he decided to change his mind. An aspersion taken in the form of a question about a conflict of interest which directly affects not only his ethics, but because he is an employee of a major investment bank, called into question the ethics of his company, who had previous to our discussion, cleared him to serve in a voluntary capacity. Imagine that. A bank's senior vice president was cleared to serve on a city pension board, bringing with him all of the knowledge and professional experience that he had in order to help us to make more money so that police and firefighters could continue to retire from the city of Pembroke Pines without any difficulty. And he was a hard person to find. However, we found him. And aspersions, disguised in the form of a question, were aimed in his direction. And were not even vetted with the city attorney before they were uttered. And I believe that that turned this gentleman and his firm off. And in a memo, an email worded to us, he said, from the bank's perspective, there's a conflict of interest, which, frankly, I admire his gentlemanly way of saying, no thanks. But really, what happened after that was that I asked the city attorney, Mr. Gorin, because I found the aspersion so extraordinary, to conduct a ethics review of the matter. And in the course of that, he had occasion to speak to the general counsel of the pension board, who, independent of Mr. Gorin, did his own review against the Florida statutes. Mr. Gorin, what did you find?
Mr. Mayor, if I can respond to you and to the commission, the answer is that subsequent to the commission's appointment, or the at least nomination and confirmation of that appointment, I had an independent discussion with Mr. Klausner. Robert Klausner has been the attorney for the Police and Fire Pension Board for a number of years. He's also nationally known for other pension boards throughout the country. He and I spoke within about 24 to 48 hours after the appointment of the commission, to the extent of independently seeking to research any questions that might be in play, so to speak, regarding the gentleman's appointment. He did his homework. I did my homework. We pulled the appropriate statutes and Commissioner on Ethics opinions, and also did some homework. I also spoke with the nominee, by the way, Mr. Irizarry, several times, just because to be able to get those facts, I needed to hear them from the person directly, which I did. The end result of which is that we both agree, both Mr. Klausner and I, that given the nature of the banking relationship, the investment relationship or non-relationship the Northern Trust Bank had with the organization, that there would not be a voting conflict, nor would there be a recurring conflict under Chapter 112. As you know, if a public official is appointed to a public body or elected to a public body, recurring conflicts can at some point in time eliminate that person's ability to serve the public's interests, because their private interests are deemed by the statute to overpower those which are the public interests. In this situation, it was an appointment, not an election. The gentleman works for Northern Trust Bank. We did the homework as to what Northern Trust Bank relationship is with the organization. And to that extent, the only conflict that could have arisen at the time was the possibility that the contract would be modified or extended and the gentleman would not be able to vote because he does work for the company. That would be on a periodic basis. But both Mr. Klausner and I concluded that there was no conflict under state statute that would bar or prohibit the gentleman who was nominated from serving on the panel.
Well, I just have to say that it is my impression that only two possible avenues can explain this. It was either extraordinarily sloppy to bring that up, or sinister. And someone is going to have to explain to the firefighters and the police officers of our city who are paying into a pension, and indeed the pensioners, which one that is. However, luckily for us, moving past that, and I want to thank on the record and apologize on behalf of this city to our nominee, who's a heck of a nice guy and who's raised his family in Pembroke Pines and who was a baseball dad throughout his life, and who was only too eager to find time in his area of expertise without pay. This is a voluntary position to assist his city with a thorny problem. He is a great person. I will forever be thankful to him, and I completely understand why he was thoroughly disgusted with the way this was handled. But in order to avoid yet another episode, I asked, with City Manager Dodge's permission, I asked Dan Rothstein to take a look at the rich group of remaining rich in ability applicants that we had. Mr. Rothstein, will you come forward, please? Because I wanted to make sure that we appointed someone who couldn't even be remotely close to a comment like that, but who had the requisite background and skills to help us manage a $1 billion pension fund. So, Mr. Rothstein, did you get a chance to interview all of the eligible applicants?
Yeah, Dan Rothstein, City of Pembroke Pines. I reviewed all 11 original applicants and spoke to the majority of the applicants over the phone over the last week. And as you know, there's only one position remaining. My recommendation would be a gentleman named Mr. Mark Liebeskin to be appointed to the board. Mark has been a resident of the city for 35 years, almost 40 years, actually. Many of you may know him. He has served on the board of the chambers. He's been also on the city's economic development board. And he has about 30 years of financial experience in the finance industry. He's also licensed Series 7, and I think he'd be a very good candidate to be on the board.
On your recommendation, I am going to nominate Mark Liebeskin for appointment as a board member to the City of Pembroke Pines Police and Fire Pension Board.
Okay, so you're making a motion. Is there a second? Wait, if we could give it a second for Commissioner Good.
I'll second the motion.
You're seconding? Okay, so motion made by Mayor Castillo. He doesn't have the gavel. I do. Seconded by Commissioner Schwartz. Mr. Rothstein, do you have anything else?
No, just to let you know, he could not be here tonight due to a fact he's recovering from a procedure. Otherwise, he would be here.
Okay, any discussion from the public? Tell me if I'm following Robert's Rules of Orders correctly.
Start with us.
Yes, any other discussion?
Mr. Vice Mayor?
I'm sorry?
Mr. Vice Mayor, so far you're doing just fine.
You have to coach me.
I
don't hold this very
doing
often.
the best I can.
How long do you want to hold
First
it?
us,
We can
then
have a long conversation.
I'm helping you.
Okay, so Commissioner Schwartz was up.
Yeah, thank you. I want to thank all of the applicants. I've served multiple years on multiple boards with Mark Liebeskin, more than capable to look out for the task at hand. This is what I can just about guarantee. He's not going to miss a meeting. He is going to be accessible to each and every one of us if we have questions. He'll be available to members of the public. He served as the chair of our Chamber of Commerce. He and I go back many, many years. I want to thank Mr. Rothstein for taking the time to call these individuals. And certainly, with Mark's extensive years of experience, the Police and Fire Pension Board has a sound individual who's going to serve us well. So thank you, sir.
Any further discussion up here? Commissioner Good, Commissioner Rodriguez, okay.
I
Anyone
think
from the-
they're all, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I would just say, echo Commissioner Schwartz. I think we have a really great pool. I believe it was Commissioner Rodriguez who, was it you that asked for a much deeper pool on this here?
Yeah, and
Well, the funding for a much deeper, to find that deeper pool.
Right. So I think that turned out to be exceptionally well. A lot of great talent, past and present. So
The chamber also made some recommendations, and I'm thankful to them.
right. So I do want to say as well, thanks to all those who have participated. I do know Mark, has been a pretty involved resident within this community, and that's, I think, what we're looking for, is somebody who lives here, who cares, can,
knows what they're
and does. So,
Well,
thank
since
you.
everyone else has spoken, I served with Mark, I think for, Mr. Stam, you have to remind me, I think it was 3 or 4 years on economic development.
You're still on.
No, but I'm not on.
Yeah.
But you appointed me. I'm up here now. But the 4 years that I was on the Economic Development Board, I served with him. He's a gentleman, and I look forward to his service. I have to ask for the public, right?
And Mr. Vice Mayor, if I may, just to make sure the record is clear, this is a nomination and requires a vote of the commission. To the extent that there would be any other nominations, they're allowed to be offered through motion. Absent there being any second nominations for any other party, then the public would have the right to be heard before you
So
make
what
the
you're
final.
telling me is I have to ask for other nominations.
If there are any, they're not
Are
required.
there any other nominations? I am hearing none.
Then the public would have a right to be heard before you make a decision, and you have a motion on the floor to nominate the gentleman that you spoke to and spoke about moments ago.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor by Mayor Castillo, second by Commissioner Schwartz. Any comment from the public? Seeing none, hearing none. Does this need to be roll call?
No.
Okay, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Show passes unanimously, and I'm handing the gavel back.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you
Vice Mayor.
thank you very much, Vice Mayor. Yes. Okay. Reports of the league.
No reports since our last meeting. They, because of some holidays, they didn't have. Oh, no, they did, but Mike was there actually in attendance. And then they don't have a general meeting Commissioner Hernandez was there in attendance. I was still away. And then there is usually a meeting this Thursday, the general meeting, but that has been canceled. And I believe their holiday party is coming up. But as always, through the league, they have sent information regarding property taxes. I believe our city put together some information for us to also send to our state representatives. So if you haven't gotten a chance to look at that, that's really important because the League of Cities will be advocating on our behalf, as well as I hope we will be advocating on our own behalf regarding property taxes in the upcoming state session.
Thank you very much, Commissioner, and I know that you will be working with Sam to figure out how it is that we can record a vote at the national conference that we can't make. We don't do that very often. We usually are present. However, this year it was not possible. So I thank you for that. Reports of the city manager and city attorney.
I have an item to bring up, Mayor. Thank you.
Yes.
Our office has received various inquiries to propose merging the December meetings from December 3rd and December 17th to December 11th. If the commission desires and is willing to commit to that, we would need a motion.
Is there a motion to combine the meetings to December 11th? That's a Thursday, is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Would you all take a moment, please, and look at your calendars?
The only thing I see on the calendar is it's going to be the first of its kind, a city Santa Express event from 6:30 to 8:30.
Yes, we're aware of that.
No, it's going to be here for the employees. So
Yes.
if there's any staff that's going to be attending, city manager, if we could.
Sorry.
Oh, we had P&Z that night too? Mr. Stam, P&Z meets that night? Mr. Stam on the record, please.
Mike Stam, Assistant City Manager, Director of Planning and Economic Development. We currently have a Planning and Zoning Board meeting scheduled for December 11th.
Mr. Bonilla, how did we come to pick the 11th?
Well, our original intent was to do it on December 10th, but there's a conflict. If it's up to the desire of the commission, we can try to do another date if everyone, I think the manager wants to say something.
Mr. Dodge?
Yeah, when I checked with everybody, no one seemed to have a problem on the 11th. I don't know how much Mike has on December 11th for the P&Z, but we certainly have room at City Hall to accommodate them at another location.
Okay, he wants to do it on the 11th. Can we go back to the schedules, please? I have no problem being here on the 11th.
If the commission can all make it, go ahead. I do have my daughter's choir recital, meaning I may arrive a little late, but I don't want to miss my daughter's recital.
No, nor should you.
I can arrive later, but if you four can make it,
What
go
time?
ahead.
What time is that event?
It's at 6.
Is it far away?
It's at Pines Charter High School in Academic Village.
No, it's not so far away.
If you loan me the helicopter.
Can we adjust the time and start at 7? This way we can get through presentations. I guarantee you that there will be many presentations in the December meeting.
Yeah, there's no problem there with us adjusting the time to
Does
start at
anyone
7.
object?
By the time you finish presentations, it would be 8 o'clock.
Right, so you can.
I'd really appreciate if you could make that accommodation so I can
Okay,
see Alyssa.
so the proposal is for December 11th, and the meeting starts at 7 o'clock. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Motion made by Commissioner Good. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by the Vice Mayor. This is to consolidate the meeting for December 11th, 2025 at 7 p.m. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Show passes unanimously.
Seven?
Mr. Bonilla.
No, thank you. That's it. That's I don't have any more items.
Mr. City Attorney.
Mayor, thank you for the opportunity, but I have no report except to say thank you.
Okay, Vice Mayor, I'm going to pass the gavel. I have to use the men's room. We're on item 26.
Item 26, Mr. Attorney.
Number 26 is actually the commissioner's item, so he'd have to bring that up himself.
Okay, so you read it?
Can we take a 2-minute recess? I'd like to have a
Maybe
full board.
4 minutes.
We'll take 8,
Yeah.
whatever's necessary.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to have my colleagues on the dais. I know
I
the
can
speaker,
take the
I know the
recess,
speakers in the
Mr.
back,
Vice Mayor, you have the gavel and can actually conclude a brief but meaningful recess.
Yeah, I'll
as
take
you
a
see-
4-minute recess.
As you see fit.
Yeah, 4 minutes.
The League of Cities Christmas is on the 11th.
What's going on?
We took a brief recess.
Oh, sorry, you go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's very nice.
Mr. Attorney, I'm going to give the
Yes.
gavel back to the mayor.
You don't have to, unless he forcefully takes it from you.
He almost forcefully, no, I'm kidding.
All right, Commissioner Schwartz, you're on. Item 26.
Thank you, colleagues. Discussion and possible action to direct the city administration to prepare a survey to be reviewed by the city commission at the next city commission meeting for the purpose of asking the public's direct input into prioritizing public safety, roads, and park investments based on current items in the city's strategic plan. The survey should include current cost projections of projects presented to the City Commission in October 2025. The survey would be sent to every household that participated in the 302,000 special election held in March of 2025. I will be providing you in just a few minutes the number of voters and the number of unique households that participated on that election through the Broward County Supervisor of Elections certified data for the purposes of calculating the cost to produce and mail these surveys to our constituents. The Commission should also consider a citywide survey that includes all registered households not to exceed $75,000 in cost. So the big number, let me work backwards. If we were to notify every voting household in the city, it would equal 56,700 homes. The following data is based on the March 11th election. There were 9,259 unique voters that equated to 6,400 households in that election. What I found interesting going through the supervisor's info is we spent a lot of time at these education events. We spent a lot of time notifying the public of the upcoming election. Yet, Commissioner Good, looking at the list, I see people that I know that didn't actually participate in the election. And Mayor, there were folks that I saw who voted in the election who don't necessarily still live at the same household. And my concern overall, as I mentioned at the last meeting, was I don't want us to make a decision based upon our perception of why things passed and why things didn't. So I had a discussion with the city manager and a few of the assistant city managers, and I had mentioned doing this survey. Mr. Dodge asked me to bring it to the commission for discussion. Now, I am confident that we can achieve learning what our residents want in the most efficient and cost-effective way possible. I had a recent conversation with IT, and they need a little bit more time to be able to have a unique internet response. So, for example, when we did the Parks Master Plan, folks responded via polling, but that polling didn't. You could do basically the old school American Idol, where you can drop 12 votes in on one survey, but from one household. And certainly we don't want to pad those results. We want to have, to me, a psychometrically valid, statistically supportive way forward when we make decisions on the super big stuff. That some of it was included in the in this road item just a few short items ago. But from the perspective of the residents who I've been speaking to, and certainly I'm not saying that my conversations are the same as your conversations with our neighbors. But every Sunday, there is an NFL football player who gets hurt. We just saw the Miami Dolphins beat the Washington Commanders across the pond. And one of the things that came out of the stories was how the NFL Players Association wants artificial turf gone from their sport. And they highlighted what they did in Spain to make it possible to have the safest sport without too many injuries and have the natural turf. So there is a large percentage of folks who I've spoken with who have concerns about artificial turf. One of the points that I raised with my conversation with administration a couple weeks ago was the location in which we need to have viable soccer fields that are playable. And we currently have a location that may not allow us to drain it properly, and it doesn't matter which type of product you put on top, if it's artificial or natural, the Everglades may still win that battle. The public, they want things, we need things, and I want to hear from those to get a general sense, more of a deep dive as to what happened on March 11th. I think we would be foolish not to ask those who participated. Now, those who did not participate, I also want to give them another opportunity. Maybe that now that the administration has dialed back some of the dollars, maybe now that some of the design work has gone out, maybe that's another opportunity for us to get this right. But with Mr. Kefford's assistance, and of course with your blessings first, I'd like to be able to conceptually think about the following. And again, we're not there to spend the money just yet. But if we were to ask the public what type of survey, I think we should task administration to bring those questions back. And it shouldn't be anything leading. I think it should be a psychometrically valid survey. Finally, what I do envision is a postcard which would allow us to have the smallest postal cost with a unique ID number to the household who can go online and go ahead and vote on their however they wish. For those who may not want to do the online or may not have the ability to do the online, there should be the ability for them to request the city to mail them some paper that they can mail back by a deadline. And I don't want this thing to go on forever. I think, honestly, we could probably wrap this up by the middle of February if we were to do this right, because I want to be able to hit the ground running in 2026, have a vision for the city that we know we're going in the right direction. Residents are calling about some of the decisions being made in the last couple meetings, and as we move forward, I think it's important that we all are working in the same direction on the same page. So with that being said, I welcome your thoughts, your comments. With respect to cost, there are vacancies that weren't filled in last year's budget. There were employees the slots that just weren't filled. The money's there. I'm not asking to go beyond 75. There's 67,500 homes. So if it's $1 a piece, we're under 75. But the money is there. We didn't have the money for 302,000. We didn't budget for that. So if we didn't budget for that, we can certainly, at least now we have some real data, those households that did participate, and let's hear from the public. I want to hear from the public. If it doesn't pass tonight, then I'm going to have to figure out how to get the same information, because that's how I need to move forward in 2026. I want to know not just District 2. You know, we are city commissioners. I know what District 2 wanted and what they didn't want, and I wasn't surprised by the result. What was shocking was what was happening out west. And that's what I really want to know. I want to know, why did Districts 3 and 4 reject it at a much higher percentage than District 2? I don't have that information. And I really want to have that information so that we can make a collaborative and cooperative way forward, Mayor. So that's what's on the table, and the item is yours for debate.
So do I take it that you're making a motion as you've written it in item 25?
Conceptually.
Okay, is there a second to the motion?
I said conceptual. I didn't make the motion. I said I answered
So
your
what
question.
would you like to do?
I'd like to get my colleagues' feedback if you feel this is a path you want to move forward
That
with.
would be appropriate after a motion is made. So you've presented a document that looks like a motion. And I'm asking, is there a second for discussion? Hearing none, the motion dies for lack of a second. Item 26. Item 27.
27, thank you. Okay.
Right ahead.
Code enforcement matters, including alleged violations of the city code and applicable state and county laws, require timely and sometimes immediate review and consideration by the city's professional staff on a 24/7 basis. Chapter 162 Florida statute is the state law that governs code enforcement, supplemented by the city's own code of ordinances. Oftentimes, the time given to alleged violations and others for compliance may differ and should be uniform, if at all possible, to avoid confusion and to support even-handedness in all code matters. Asking publicly that the city administration and the city attorney's office coordinate together to provide further enhanced and workable policies and procedures consistent with Florida law, to more carefully review compliance times in good faith effort to secure more uniform compliance times and related enhancement of the current process. Before I begin and make motions and that sort of thing, I want to thank the city attorney's office for providing me this verbiage to share with you. Why did I feel it necessary to have a public discussion about it? Sitting at home and I see a Channel 7 story. City administration didn't call and say, hey, there's a story coming out by Help Me Howard. I'm seeing it, and quite frankly, in the story, it says that people were being targeted. That concerned me. So, you're probably not aware, I made a full file review of the case. I asked for all information, all public records, all emails, all text messages, staff notes, because I wanted to see it with my own eyes how the city of Pembroke Pines could be on the news like that. So back third week of October, I reviewed 645 pages from the city attorney's office. City administration provided within a week additional information from their side, but yet it's still incomplete based upon my initial ask. And what's disappointing is some of the information that I had asked from the city administration, independently, it was not, the city attorney's file was not shared with the city administration. But I can see that there was email that should have been provided by the city administration. So one thing that really stood out from this Channel 7 thing is it goes back 7 months. And that's not who we are. when we have residents call, they expect a response from administration. They expect responses from us. They don't want to have their job threatened. Certainly, staff should not be drilled by any one of us.
Commissioner, can I interrupt you
Sure.
and suggest very respectfully that we separate these issues? I know you'd like to talk about a case, but what's in front of us right now is about process. And
Yeah.
I'd rather talk about process and not a case, because if you talk about a case, it's a different discussion.
Well, I
So
don't
if
want
you
to talk
could just
about,
stick to your item.
Yeah, the case is in context. So I've never used profanity towards staff. I want every single one of you to have the same information I have. All 645 pages and what was provided.
It wasn't provided in your item.
No,
I just
of
looked to see.
Of course
and-
it wasn't, sir.
And it's not here.
Because it has to do with a case. I want you to know.
Well, but you're bringing up a case.
All right, so look.
In connection with your item, and I'm asking you.
What I'm asking the city attorney to do, and I want to thank him again for the language, is to work with the city administration to have policies in place that can be relied upon in accordance with the language that is here. The city attorney and I had a conversation about 162 and how that's supposed to work. I don't want anyone ever to say that the city of Pembroke Pines is targeting them. And I certainly don't want to have any elected official saying that the city isn't telling the truth and the residents aren't telling the truth. Our police department, they document things. Our code enforcement, they document things. And then there's follow-up. And this is where we have general statement, not case specific, where the compliance time period changes. I don't want to get into the weeds, literally in the weeds on this, but let's just say it's tall grass, Commissioner Good. Now, we get the call about tall grass because it's probably already up to someone's knee. So let's say code goes out there on Monday. Should that individual be given 2 weeks in August? Should it be given 3 days? There's no policy on that. So right now, if memory serves me correct, based upon all of the budgets and all the stats that I've seen, roughly about 80% of all first contacts, the cases are resolved. It's about 1 in 5 that say, you know what, I don't want to listen, I don't want to comply, I don't want to be a good neighbor. And what really got me thinking about this, Mayor, was that Blue House on Taft, that really there was just no policy really in place that allowed code at the time to have a definitive direction. And we had to lean in on the city attorney's office for interpretation of what could and should and shouldn't be done. The city of Pembroke Pines code enforcement is vitally important to districts 1 and 2. We don't have the HOA authority and some of the things that the HOAs can help with. I'm probably, and this is not self-deprecating, I'm probably one of the more active elected officials notifying code on a daily basis about calls that come in. So I ask people, because of the new laws in the state, and I say this so that the public knows, people don't want to call on their neighbor because they don't want to get involved. They say, just use my name. Just put my name in the paperwork, and I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. Use my name. If that's what's going to take to get it into compliance or get it to a magistrate, just use my name. So I'll advocate for a resident for that. We have a code enforcement division that's second to none. We, as the policymakers, need to support them. And I want to support them by looking at best practices in Broward, in Dade, and Palm Beach, and throughout the state to figure out how we can, as the city attorney writes, even-handedness and fair across the board. So you may want to call it an audit, because we've never audited code. I don't even know where to begin with that. But this isn't slamming the city of Pembroke Pines, Chief Vargas, and the work that the men and women go out there and do every day. But we certainly, when people call the elected officials, I can only speak for myself. I can imagine it's probably the same conversation. Why me when so-and-so is like that? Well, because it applies to you and not them, because of discretion. And that's the whole 162 thing. But when we have, if we have to rely on the city attorney's office to move the gears, then we need a policy that everyone can look at. And I'm just asking the legal department and the enforcement arm to get together and figure it out so we can have a code enforcement that can't be questioned, because I don't want to see that on the news again. I really don't.
All right.
So
I appreciate the comments. A couple of questions before we dive into this. Mr. City Attorney, did you or your staff write this item?
I assisted if I may respond, Mayor, I did assist the commissioner who asked the question. I did provide him some of the language that you see here.
Okay, so my confidence in you is marrow deep, so please don't take this the wrong way. But my understanding is that code enforcement and how it is done is state law.
Generally, yes.
Okay, so
governed by Chapter 162.
So the way they do it in Holmes County is exactly the way they do it in Monroe County, is exactly the way they do it in Pensacola, is exactly the way they do it in Pembroke Pines. Is that correct?
That's what the law says.
Okay. Do we follow the law?
As far as I know, the city does.
Chief, is your code unit following the law? I see him nodding yes. You don't have to come to the podium. So I'm trying to figure out, is there, I don't know, an ICMA best practice for code enforcement? Could we look into it? I don't want to get into the merits of any specific case, but I'm sure that our police chief, if there were best practices that were legal, that could be included, I think that those would be worth looking at. However, in terms of how long things take and the extraordinarily long period of time that it takes to bring a code case, let's say Commissioner Schwartz, to ripen, that's driven by state law. It exasperates every city.
if I may, I'm not going to talk case specific, but let me give this in context. So you have a courtesy notice.
A what?
A courtesy notice. They come in compliance. And then a month later, same issue, same home, courtesy notice. That goes to the next step, which is the written citation. And then they come in compliance just for the magistrate. And then 4 months later, 5 months later, the same house, the same issue. So what we don't have in the city of Pembroke Pines is a definitive repeat offender policy, Chief, that would.
I don't know that that's legal.
This is a review. This is a review that I'm asking the city attorney to look into, because you can have one home actually go a total of 13 months.
Commissioner, have you read the statute?
Sir, I've been working with code for 10 years.
Have you read the statute?
I've read part of the
Okay,
statute.
I think you need to read the whole statute, and I'll tell you why. I don't know that what you're asking for is covered, and the way I understand.
Have you read it, sir?
Yes, and the way I understand it is that the state legislature controls the entire field of code enforcement. And in fact, this state legislature is decidedly against the direction, which I respect, you bringing forward, that you're espousing. So if let's say the solution to achieving some of your goals would be some sort of legislative agenda, I think that would probably end up in a waste paper basket somewhere in Tallahassee. But what I think would work is if within the statute there are best practices that we can import.
That's what I'm asking for.
Okay,
I
mean, I have to tell you that based on my conversations at not only league events, but with other mayors through U.S. Conference of Mayors, which I've been attending, and the great thing about that is we communicate with one another about issues, even when we're not at these conferences. They're kind of impressed with the way Pembroke Pines does code. We might be the best practice. This is a statute that makes it difficult to solve a problem. And then you've got all of the missing facts that are sometimes omitted, sometimes on purpose, sometimes not, on a given case. I'll give you an example. There's a car parked on in a dangerous way at a home. We knock on the door. Lady, would you do us a favor? This is a problem. Let's move the car. Sure, no problem, officer. It's going to take a couple of days, though. It's got a flat tire. All right, no problem. I'll be back in a couple of days. Come back a couple of days, there's the car. Oh, I called the tow truck company. They're coming next week. You come again, it's still there. Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. My son got married. The sun was in my eyes. Okay, are you going to take care of this? I have to give you a courtesy notice now. Now the car disappears. Next week, it reappears. The week after that, it disappears. Then it reappears. Meanwhile, you have to start the case all over again. You thought the case was done because the car it disappeared. Now you got to start from scratch. It happens all the time. It's maddening. The fact that our code guys get anything done is because in our city, and thank God for that in our city, most of the people, most of the time, voluntarily agree to obey the law. And heaven help us when that can't happen, because you won't be able to hire enough cops. You won't.
So all I'm asking for is to have the city attorney.
I think that what I'd like you to come back to us with, meet with the city attorney, meet with the code people. Let's do some research. Look into the statute. Look into ICMA best practices if there are any. Bring us a proposal for what it is that is legal that we can do to improve code. And I think you'll get support if it's legal. If it's legal, why wouldn't we want to do it? I agree with you. We've got lots of people. By the way, code enforcement is important citywide. I don't think you meant it quite the way it came out, but no. Code enforcement is important.
We just don't, Commissioner Good and I just don't have the ability. We don't have the HOAs for that process.
You have some, but okay, but fine. I understand. But they're important everywhere. Even HOAs lean on them. Even condo associations lean on them. So come back to us with a product that, look, these are legal improvements that have been done elsewhere, that the code people agree to, and if they can't do it administratively and it requires our attention, I'm happy. I think all of us would be happy to do that.
With your blessings, I'll be happy to work with
please do.
With the city administration.
Does everyone agree?
No, I'd like to understand this more. So
yeah. I mean, if there's fertile ground to do something positive with code, by all means, take it on. Anything further tonight? Anything further? I want to wish everyone a happy, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for your attention. Elliot, you and I have a meeting after this, right? And thank you so much. We are adjourned.